TikTok. I noticed that TikTok kicks me off within an hour if I don't tell it I'm still on, and if my eyes are closed, I can't tell if I'm telling them I'm on. Thankfully, the wisdom keepers always just end when they're supposed to, which was really cool. On hi Ray, on I don't know what day it is, Sunday, at my event that we had, I was like, should I have somebody keep track of time? Because I only had the venue for a few hours, for 3 or 4 hours, and we had to be out by 5 p.m. So I'm like, if I channel too long, are we not gonna get out on time or whatever? And they were like, just trust us. And of course they ended exactly within the hour. I was like, that's so crazy. We just have to trust.
That's what happened when we were at the retreat. You were like, I want to go 45 minutes and then 30 minutes or something like that. And it was literally 45 minutes and 20 seconds.
so weird.
I love it.
They're so good. All right. Hi, YouTube and TikTok. So doing my weekly channeling. Hello, hello. Thanks for the love. Okay. Again, I think most of you guys are frequents every week. So just the same thing. If you have a question, put it in the chat. Just make sure that you are on mute. Gina, I think you can mute people from your end. Just don't mute me. Don't mute all. Okay. All right. Well, I will see you guys in a little bit. We are here to assist you with this transmission of light and an energetic exchange in the hopes that you would be able to comprehend yourself from a new perspective in which you can then create new reality for yourself. At this time, what we would like to help you comprehend as humanity is you are attempting to find solutions for yourself outside of yourself. Those of you that are learning about the process of ascension are oftentimes giving away parts of your intuitive knowing or power to sources outside of yourself that are keeping you stuck in loops and ideas that something might happen outside of you to expand your own consciousness. Something may shift in the quantum field around you that changes you, or something suddenly may show up, such as maybe us as extraterrestrials coming to Earth and suddenly making things different. We want you to know that this is not the process that will be taking place on Earth. And by looking outward for a change, this is actually keeping things in the frequency in which you do not necessarily desire. All of the change comes through you, through your thought forms, through the energies that you hold within your own vessel, and the knowing that you come into as you awaken into the consciousness of who you truly are beyond the human experience. By changing the perception into a frequency that is more aligned with what you on Earth call love, you begin to shift the awareness not only for the outside world, but the inside world. And as you will understand, all comes from within, as you are all things. So we encourage you, as you are attempting to work through what you call ascension symptoms, go to your own self, the part of you that is all-knowing, eternal, and a divine frequency of light and love that holds within it everything that you need. It does not mean you cannot use tools or ideas or perspectives or teachings from those around you that are here to help guide this ascension, but it is not meant to be giving to them your own energetic power. Those who are here on Earth to assist humanity in this shift are here to be in pure vessels of love and consciousness in order to reflect back to you who you are. And in that, empowering you to have the ability to shift your own mindset and release all the thoughts that you have brought through your human experience into the perspective that you now see reality in. The reflections that you see coming back to you are very closely related to how you see yourself. We encourage you to take time to reflect on this message, as you may become judgmental about some things that are happening in the world. But what are you judging yourself for? Where are you causing yourself to feel a negative vibration, emotion? Where are you limiting yourself from a thought form that may be more aligned with the frequency of love or contentment and peace? As you may or may not know, when you feel content, when you are at a place of stabilization where you are neither influenced or influencing, you release the idea that you have to be anything or prove anything in your human ego and mind. When you become neutral within your experience and you vibrate at a frequency that is pure and authentic within love, the outside world is less likely to cause your vibration to shift into frequencies that are discomforting, and you are less likely to give away part of your light that then dims it in situations where you are meant to be holding the light to transform the energy. It is not that you are not powerful in changing the frequency of Earth. It is that the power comes from within you. So as you continue to learn about yourself and examine your thoughts, we encourage you to pay attention to how your heart chakra is influencing you, and if you are even connected to the heart chakra. As humanity is shifting into this higher dimensional thinking, it is moving through an ego state in which you have understood yourself as humans and into a heart state in which you hold a vibration of unity, consciousness, and love. This is through what you on Earth call the healing process, and shifting the vibration of your thoughts and the form of your thoughts that you are perceiving and projecting into the reality that you live. You cannot change anything or anyone outside of yourself, and the effort to do so often leaves you very tired and drained. This is why when you focus on self, those who are also focusing on self will naturally bring into your vibration a related frequency in which you both can communicate through, which allows you to relate with one another and feel safe in that vibration and connection. Those who maybe are not on the same frequency wave as you in the thought forms may feel as if you are clashing or struggling to communicate on some form or level. We encourage you not to attempt to change another's vibration, but to use your vibration of your inner thoughts and how you perceive the world to share love perspective outward without the attachment or the idea that you are the one that is going to influence this other soul in changing their frequency. It is simply you providing light for them to see within themselves the frequency in which they then can choose with their free will to shift in if they so choose. This is what is so beautiful about your earth, is the many different perspectives that you get to come and have while you are here, and honoring the perspectives of each of you in order to have an experience that you desired to have while you were here on earth. So we encourage you to remember, as you continue to learn and reflect and become more self-aware, that your thoughts and the patterns of your thoughts that you create in your reality are important, but they do not come from outside of yourself. We are now ready for your questions.
Gina? Hi, this question is for Jen. She said, I have been feeling a little off this week. Is there anything going on in my energy that you can share?
It appears, as we look into the energetic field, that there are some lingering connections that you have in your field of consciousness, or what you may call the aura field, that might be pulling from your light, that might be draining your energy or causing you to feel discomfort in your physical body and vessel, as your energetic field is deeply connected to your physical field. When the energetic field is not fully connected to the body, it can feel as if you are not connected to yourself. This is why when you are aware of your own energy and able to maintain it in a way that keeps it from attaching or forming attachments with the world outside of you, you feel more in alignment and you feel more connected to yourself. Many of you notice these as you go throughout your days and weeks, where one day you feel less connected to yourself and another day you feel more connected with yourself. We encourage you, as you move forward and continue to have these moments where you are able to notice this, to use this knowledge to then teach yourself how to maintain the vibration that you would prefer to be in. It does not mean that this is something wrong or negative. It simply means you are having an experience on earth, and because you have ascended, because you have awoken to a higher consciousness and you know yourself more, and the self-awareness that you have, you are able to notice subtle shifts in your energetic field that give you the awareness that something is off. Prior to your ascension and awakening of learning about yourself in this way, you may have just thought you were tired or worried or had a low vibration frequency emotion that was causing you to feel that way, although you were not aware of vibration or frequency. The more you know yourself, the more you can maintain a stillness within your energetic field and understand when you are entangled with a world around you that also holds vibration. You may feel subtle shifts in your energetic field due to those connections around you. And you may not even know who it is that you are connected to or why. As we said before, your thoughts are powerful. Someone could simply be thinking about you and you could feel a vibration shift in your energy. This is why paying attention to yourself, being self-aware, and understanding what your normal vibration feels like gives you the ability to notice any subtle changes or attachments or thought forms that have been projected at you. Again, we do not want you to think that this is anything to do with evil or with dark energy. This is simply how the human experience is created. Because you are all energetic beings interacting with one another, you will influence one another in some type of way. So at this time, what we would encourage you to do is take a moment to release anything that is not yours, clear the energetic field, and recenter yourself within your own aura. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you. I have a question for me. Can you tell me if in a previous life, if I lived in Egypt?
We can look and see. It does appear that there may have been an experience that you've had within what you call Egypt. Is there something or a reason you would like to know this?
I just have been reflecting on past lives, and I feel like I keep getting glimpses of previous lives. When I reflected on Egypt, I just could feel that I was really happy there, that I had really good experiences. I just remember feeling really happy. I don't know if you can tell me more of maybe what I experienced there or the timeline I lived there.
This was a lifetime in which you felt very complete and at ease without much trouble. You felt you had community and you felt as if all your needs were met. This was a simple life that you had where you were able to enjoy yourself throughout the experience. And this is a lifetime in which you learned a lot about yourself and you projected love into the field of consciousness around you, and you were well liked in this lifetime. Does this help?
Yes. Can you tell me a time frame of when I lived in Egypt?
We can attempt to. What is coming into our mind is 1618.
Did I happen to share that life with my mom and dad that I've shared this life with? Were they in my life in that lifetime?
You have projected yourself with current family in many different lifetimes. There have been at least 6 other lifetimes that you have had with that certain soul group.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ray?
Yes, you had said before that I have a connection with Andromedons. I was wondering if you could tell me more about that, and also if my mother in this lifetime is a part of that as well.
What would you like to know?
Is that where my soul family is from? Andromeda?
This is not necessarily a way that we can describe soul family, as your soul family is not necessarily attached to a location. Your soul connection with other beings around you are within the quantum field of all things. They do not reside within a particular location within the universe. As you project yourself into different realities, you do have connections where you are living a part of your life or an experience of yourself within the Andromedan planetary system. And in this system, you are acting as someone that holds the ability to channel light and frequency to help the entire race, you may say, of Andromedans with their abilities to connect with Earth. And so that is why part of you have been projected into Earth at this time, and you are learning how to connect with yourself. It is not necessarily something you have to be fully concerned about why you are here in this earthly experience, because it is not something that is required to have this experience. But many of you have other realities and different dimensions and planetary systems that may not be related to the current souls that you might be projecting your reality to in here on the Earth plane. This is a tool or a planet of experience unlike all other planets in your solar system. And because of that, you may not be fully aware of all of the other lives that you are having at the same time and the soul groups in which you are having them with. You do repeat cycles with particular souls in order to help each other or to clear energetic karma that you have left behind in the experience that you had on Earth. However, you do not ever get stuck anywhere. There is no actual being stuck within anything. It is a choice as free will, as love, as consciousness and awareness of the desire to continue to expand self. If you could think about your reality being just pure light and just pure light existence, simply just being a fragment or a projection of light in the consciousness of source, a single frequency existing as itself, this is beautiful and it is a lovely experience for your soul. However, to then project that into a physical reality of some sort gives you the ability to experience yourself in ways that are quite lovely beyond your own existence. As you are in that field of your original form as a light being, as a point of light within the entire thought form of the universe, there are other thought forms very similar, close to you, wanting to have experiences in which you agree to come and do those with. At any point, you can shift and change these experiences if you so desire. So as you learn about yourself on Earth and you expand your consciousness, you learn about yourself on other parts of your soul that are having experiences, and one of these just happens to be with the Andromedans. We hope this is not too complex or complicated for you to understand, but we do understand that it probably is. Does this make sense?
Yes, it helps. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Amy?
Yeah, I'd like to know what my connection is to Orion, the Orion Wars, or Orion's Belt, because I have felt a strong connection to like the Orion Wars. And I even thought I saw myself like operating a ship. And I'd like to know what you can tell me about my connection to these things, and maybe if it is a fact, then how it's influencing my life right now.
We will say that the projection that you all have on Earth of war is much different than what it is in any other dimension. There's not necessarily wars taking place, as there may be what you call contrast in a higher dimension, but there is not necessarily a war that is taking place where there is a desire to destroy one another. However, in some of the dimensions that you are perceiving, there can be a conflict in which part of one race may want to have power over another, or they may attempt to have something in their possession that enhances their ability to keep their own planetary system running as if they desire it to run. And so it is through lowering consciousness that a being or light will become combative. And so as you are on Earth, the only way this would influence you is if you allow the thought to influence you. It is not something that is being perceived through your human experience at this time. But what we can say is that you are at war with yourself. And that is the perception that is giving you the ability to see into another dimension that might be warlike. It is true that you in another dimension at another point in your existence have been a part of a ship experience where you help to navigate through your thought forms where that ship would go and how it maneuvers, and where it is going to assist throughout the planetary system. But as far as war, we would encourage you to not engage with that thought and to release the need to understand that when you release it, the war you have within yourself will begin to calm as well, and you will begin to feel more at peace with yourself while you are on earth. Sometimes earthlings like to confuse their lives with other projected lives they are having, thinking if I can get in contact with this other lifetime that I am having, it will give me worth, value, or an understanding of myself in this reality. But you are clearing everything you need in your current reality. And so what you do here influences all of your other perceptions, all of your other realities, all of the other parts of your soul fragments that are being shared throughout the quantum field of the universe and different planetary systems experiencing itself. That is how powerful a single thought is. When you are connected to yourself, you help even what you call war or conflict in another dimension to decrease. So if you were to allow yourself to project more love towards yourself, more calm energy towards yourself, this thought form of war would be less, and you would actually be supporting that part of your soul as well to no longer need to engage with that process. Is this making any sense to you?
Yeah, that's helpful. The reason I say wars is anytime I heard the word Orion, I was just drawn to it with my heart. Like I had some connection with Orion. And I think maybe the first time I'd ever heard about Orion was Orion Wars. But when I saw myself on the ship, I didn't see any wars going on. I'm just referring to that time frame that I've heard about that. But at that time on the ship, I didn't experience any kind of warlike emotion. But it's just that's the first time I had heard Orion referenced. I'm more drawn to just the word Orion.
Yes.
So I'm just wondering, do I come from Orion? Like, have I had a lot of experience
You do.
in that part of the galaxy?
You have a frequency that is being projected there, yes. You may think that many of your lifetimes happened in the past, but from our perspective, everything is happening at one time. So it is not necessarily that you need to engage with this part, but we understand it is fun to have the experience of understanding where you may have been residing in another part of your soul. But yes, your thoughts that you have had about you being on a ship are correct. And we encourage you to see those as positive in that connection, because that is what they were. You were actually doing positive work to help and to move through about helping your planetary system and the entire consciousness of all things to rise, as everything is always working as one energy for the same purpose. We hope that helps.
Yeah, that's really helpful, because the word war didn't ever really resonate with me, because it did feel like a positive experience.
Yes.
So yeah, that's really helpful.
Yes.
My next question is, I'm wondering why I've been getting just incredibly tired in the middle of the day. Usually after I eat, I fall into a very deep sleep and usually wake up from what seems like experiencing another reality. And I'm wondering what's causing this fatigue. Is it something physically going on? Is it energetically? And what's happening in these other realities?
You are experiencing ascension symptoms, and your body is reacting to the food that you are eating. Pay attention to what you are putting in your body, and for a short amount of time, you may need to focus on more pure and clean energy fuels through the food you eat in order to get your body more in alignment with where your frequency is going. Sometimes the frequency of the soul is enhanced before the physical part of the body is enhanced. And each time a human goes to sleep, it gives the ability for the body to catch up with something or to interact with parts of itself that give it the ability to change in its DNA and frequency. And so what you are experiencing currently is a shift in your vibration, and this is why you are feeling tired. But you can change this by focusing for a short while, maybe 2 to 3 weeks, on fuels that you put in your body that are pure and natural, and notice your vibration and who you are interacting with and why you are interacting with them and how you are interacting with them. It does not mean you need to isolate or withdraw. It just means you need to be aware of how you are communicating and how you are allowing others' vibrations to influence you. Your body is doing a lot of work right now and attempting to catch up with what is happening in your energetic field. We hope this helps.
Yeah, that's helpful. I actually have been eating a lot more fruits and vegetables lately. And I notice I fall into a deeper sleep when I eat more of like a carb. So I've really been working on shifting that. And I do feel a lot lighter energetically. And hopefully it's just clearing myself out in a lot of ways, like psychically and
Yes.
whatever it needs to be doing. Yeah.
Yes, this is true. And all of you humans at this point may be feeling shifts in the way that you engage with your food system here on Earth. You may be noticing parts of what you may have engaged with are not aligning with your physical body any longer. And this is because as you ascend, as humanity moves into a higher frequency form, you are going to need less and less fuel to maintain your energetic body. As the body shifts, the DNA shifts, and you reawaken to parts of your strands in the light body that give you the ability to feed yourself through just simply light. We do not eat. We do not have food. We do not need it to feel fuel. We feel fuel with our own engagement with light, with ourselves, and with interacting with one another. And eventually, humanity will be more so like this, but you will always have some type or form of ingesting food or consuming some type of food, but the food will become more natural in the near future, giving your body more ability to change in frequency and to be cleared out. So you are becoming more observant of this, and we are very proud of you.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kim?
Yes, thank you for taking my question.
We are not taking it from you.
Oh, I know. Well, you are allowing me to ask the question, so I appreciate that.
Yes, you're welcome.
During my meditations, on occasion, I will get like a picture of a praying mantis, like a mantis face.
That sounds
I know
fun.
there's a species.
Yes.
And so I'm wondering if they're part of my spirit guides. And also, I have a very big attraction to the Pleiades species. So I'm wondering if they as well are within my spirit guides.
You can have many different spirit guides that can appear to you in many different ways. There is something about the praying mantis that is attempting to help you find yourself again, as we often work with the praying mantis as well. And one of us is a praying mantis being. And the intelligence that we bring through for humanity is to teach you about yourself in a way that gives you clarity to find the truth within your own soul in order to reflect that outward to change your reality. So this praying mantis is here to teach you about your thoughts and how to shift and change those thoughts and to guide you in this current reality that you're in as you are moving through some things in your life where you are learning more about yourself. And so it is not necessarily the praying mantis is a spirit's guide. At this time, it is simply assisting you. Sometimes what you perceive as spirit guides do not necessarily linger with you for long times or periods. They may come for a moment in time of something that you are working through and exploring about yourself to assist you with that, and then they will move on. And so that will give you the ability to have support in that current situation that you are attempting to work through in your human form. The draw that you have to the Pleiades is a loving frequency that you have where you feel connected to that star system because it feels familiar to you. And in another lifetime, as we have shared before, there is a projection of yourself there, or has been in another lifetime. And this is not necessarily something that you are deeply connected to in this current reality, but it is a remembrance that your soul is coming into as you learn more about yourself. And actually, the praying mantis that is supporting you at this time is opening up your conscious mind to new things and new realities. And you may begin to explore parts of yourself that you never even knew were possible to exist. Does this help?
Yes, very much so. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mary?
Yes, I had a question about bees. I know they make honey and they pollinate plants. What do they do for us as humans energetically?
Well, their honey is providing you immunity, support for the human body. They are medicine for the earth. They provide medicine throughout the quantum field by buzzing around it and shifting the energy, and then using their natural ability to create through the hive and the honey to provide not only support for themselves, but for humanity. And once you understand this, this is a very beautiful connection that humans can have with these little beings that Source has created to help humanity. There are many things on Earth that were created to support humanity that have been in conflict with humans, but as you ascend and as you awaken, you learn more about how these things are actually there to support you, such as we will bring up wasp. They actually are helping the energy as well, and they are moving things around, and they may feel as if they are a threat to you as humans, but everything has a purpose here on Earth. Everything is helping something, and all insects, all animals, and all nature is vibrating at a frequency that is coherent and supportive for the ascension of Earth and regulated in order to keep Earth rotating and moving so that it does not become polluted by too much darkness. It is working with humanity to help humanity to have an experience. And so when you are engaging with things around you, remember you are engaging with Source itself. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you. I work with insects, raising them to provide food for at zoos and pet stores.
Yes.
And my department, we work with worms. Can you tell me what I can learn from them?
Worms. They move about the earth and they help to move out energy in the earth frequency throughout the dirt. And they are able to clear out anything that is being pulled down into the earth's atmosphere from the humans or any other being that might walk the earth that causes the vibration of the earth to be distorted or polluted with something that maybe is not of its normal frequency. So just like you all are capable of doing energetic work where you clear your chakras or your aura field, the earth has already set up things for itself to do that as well. That is why there are fungi on the earth as well. It is clearing things. It is supporting one another. It is enhancing the frequency of the earth so it can stay in unison consciousness together. And as the earth continues to ascend, this will continue to happen more and more, where you will begin to have more interactions with these animals around you and understand their purpose. And so for you, this question with worms is they are part of clearing the heart chakra of the earth. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you. Yesterday I was walking and taking photos of the sunset. And when I looked at the photos, I could see the sun rays that was like multicolored.
Yes.
Can you see what's going on there?
The vibration of the sun has always been like this. It is just that you are opening up your ability to see it differently. Each of you may notice that the sun is shifting and changing, and it is not necessarily that the sun is shifting. It is that you all are shifting, and your projection and reflection of it is coming back in a new way, where you are seeing light forms and light codes that come from the sun that enhances your ability to understand yourself more, and you work in unison. As for our perspective, your sun has a source within it that keeps humans alive, and it gives them the ability to have the experience. It is almost like the source of energy for your planet. And so, as you engage with it, as you ascend, you see parts of it differently, and the light frequencies and codes that it releases at all times to your planet, just in a different way now as you are all ascending. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you very much.
Heather?
Yeah, I have two questions. One is about when I was little and I was afraid of the dark. And I remember like coming up from the downstairs, and I was always scared that something was behind me. Like I would always run up the stairs, and I was just wondering, like, was that a spirit being around me and I could sense it, or what?
Yes.
What's that fear?
Yes. It was a
Okay.
spirit. Children are very energetically sensitive. Most of you probably feared something in your home, or heard something, or experienced a shift in energy of some type. However, we also want you to know that humans tend to tell stories to one another in which they create thoughts in their mind, such as something is bad or evil. And when you have this perception that something is not safe and you move through it, you are just going to perceive that as unsafe because of your perception. So at one point, you likely were told that basements were scary, or you heard something from someone else, or a movie or a show, and then began to see your field of consciousness or the reality around you in that way. And anytime there was a subtle shift in the energy, you attempted to run from it because of the way you perceived it. If you were to allow yourself to understand that there really is no darkness against you, that you are the light, that you can engage with anything, then the things that you would encounter would not feel so alarming. But children come into the earth and are told that things should be alarming, and therefore they begin to perceive it. And they are also very energetically open and sensitive. And so they have the ability to feel these subtle changes in the field around them, and any possible spirits that might be interacting with them at that time, even if it is a guide of theirs. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you. And then one last question, just about in my current experience, what am I learning?
You are learning how to love yourself.
Okay.
And to trust yourself, and to understand that you are the creator of your reality, and to have joy, and to have peace, and to trust that divine timing is always perfect. What you ask and seek is always answered, but you must understand that the answer may come in a way that you do not anticipate or expect. We are always working with humans to help them to have the reality they would like to have. But there are times we attempt to help you to move in a direction that may be a little bit better for you. And so what you are doing in your current timeline is learning how to trust the intuitive nudges that you get, even when they do not fully complete the way that you anticipated. The more you just trust and do, and allow yourself to not become disappointed when it does not turn out the way that you thought it would, and just understand that you are just using these things to learn how to navigate through your life, the more sensitive you become to your intuition and the part of you that is attempting to guide you, the more you are led to the things that are in most alignment for you. So you are basically in a moment of training yourself. We hope that helps.
Yes, thank you.
I have a question for Angie.
She was wondering, on May 11th, 2011, in Joplin, Missouri, there was an EF5 tornado which killed many people. Children began to talk about the butterfly people, human-like figures with butterfly wings. Can you tell me if this was real and what these children were witnessing? Who were the butterfly people?
Yes, these were energetic beings, or you may call angels or guides, that were supporting the humans that were not meant to have interaction with this tornado, you will say, on Earth, and a protective mechanism. As you may or may not be aware, that there are always supports around you at all times. And there are also supports that are assigned to particular incidences or experiences that happen on Earth. And so this particular experience, this weather formation, was surrounded by angelic beings to help it to accomplish what it was meant to accomplish, but to protect those who it was meant to protect. We understand from your perspective that this does not seem like necessarily a huge positive thing for those who were impacted or influenced by this or had some sort of loss, but this was also a part of their soul contract to have this experience. And anytime there is a what you call natural disaster or something engaging with weather on Earth, there are always angelic beings that come to support that in order to make sure everyone that is having the experience that they wanted to have an experience within that particular event. We hope that helps.
Yes, thank you. And one quick question for me. Am I connected to any what I would call fairies? And if so, how can I see them and interact with them?
Stop looking for them the way that you've been told they look. They are nothing like what you have perceived on Earth. Fairies can present themselves as very tiny little beings, but most of the time they are not tiny at all. They're light beings, and they can be perceived around you as fairy-like through the way that they can project themselves into a physical reality. If you have been sensing and feeling them around you, then yes, you are connected or you are having connections with them. You can choose to have a connection with anything in the quantum field around you, as there are many things happening around you that you do not physically see. There are many different realities taking place at the same time. You are just not connected to all of them, and they might be interacting with you without you realizing that they are interacting with you. So our advice in this connection that you are wanting to have is to stop looking for them in the way that you think they need to be looking. Look for light. Sometimes when you are engaging with light codes from the sun, you are actually engaging with fairies as well. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you. Gina? I am wondering, what are humans not practicing or doing enough that would radically change their lives?
What a wonderful question. Humans tend to struggle with judgment. Humans judge themselves, they judge others around them, they put labels on everything. Label, 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 label. Everything has a label. Labels everywhere. That is what we would like humanity to release, is the idea that they must have a projection of the field of energy around them and labels. This is good. This is bad. That is good. That is bad. Oh, this is negative. When you create through that thought form and you label, you actually are manifesting those things to be that way. So if humans could bring back to the concept that they are the creators of their reality, and if you would like to label something, why don't you label it as positive? Even if at the moment it does not appear to have a positive outcome or an understanding, you and your thought can help shift it. Again, remember, you do not control others' realities. Everyone has their own perspective. Just as we were sharing with Angie last night as she was communicating with us, wondering why she has to continue to be here on Earth. And we have talked to her many times about her mission and why she is here. But we were explaining to her that the perception that you have is based on the programming that you have received throughout your human existence. Anything that has been said to you, anything that you have heard, anything you have engaged in brings in a thought. And then you roll the thought around in your brain and then project it back outward and use something to label. You may look at another person's body and think, oh, they are beautiful. Or you may look at another person's body and think, oh, they are what you call ugly on earth. This is not so. When you look through the eyes of Source, when you understand the full consciousness of love, you do not label good, bad, ugly, or beautiful. You see everything as divine, as light, as worthy, as source, and unity consciousness. Humans are not yet at this place where they can maintain this, but it is something that you can begin to work towards if you so wish to. It is through the self-awareness and realizing how you perceive yourself is often a projection of how you perceive the world around you. So as you notice your thoughts, as you notice your labels and the way that you see something, you can shift that perspective by thinking through your heart chakra and pulling in the divine light of your oversoul, the part of yourself that is always connected to Source, in a way that you can channel that light down through the physical vessel and reprogram the human brain to think differently. So if we were to give humanity one piece of advice, is to release the labels they have created for their experience. We hope that helps.
Yes, that was wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ray?
Yes, I have a pretty large maple tree in my yard that stands alone, and I was wondering if you could tell me things about it, like if it has a preferred pronoun, a name, and maybe its age.
Most trees do not go by human pronouns. They do not necessarily have what you call sex. You can label it, again, what we were just speaking of as labels, to be male or female, if you so choose, if that gives you the ability to create an experience with it. However, we would like you to work on releasing the idea that you need to have any type of label to connect with this tree, as this tree is divine consciousness and it holds a frequency of consciousness that then can communicate with you, but it will not come to you through the way that you are perceiving. It is a gentle shift in your vibration that brings awareness where you can, what you call hear or listen to the subtle changes in which it can communicate to you. We see that this tree is wanting to teach you stillness and to help you to understand how you can listen more carefully. And so we will leave you with this information to continue to explore this connection, as we do not want to interfere with what it is that you are attempting to teach yourself with this experience. We hope that helps.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Amy?
I have a question about my cat named Indy. I've had her for about 6 years, and I got her from one of my neighbors who mistreated her. So for the past 6 years, it's been a process of healing her, supporting her, lots and lots of healing. In the last few weeks and even the last few days, she has just blossomed, and I absolutely love it. She follows me around everywhere I go. Her energy is so much brighter and lighter. And I'm wondering, did we have a soul contract that where I would help her heal? And like, what am I meant for her in her life? And then how is she helping me in my life?
Well, you are teaching each other love and trust and the ability to support one another in rising your vibration of love. The reason that she has shifted is because you have shifted and you are different. And so she's reacting to your vibration and feeling more comfortable because of the safety that you are developing in your energy field. As you become more safe with yourself, you will notice that animals around you feel more safe. You will even notice with children, they will be drawn to you and see your light. And so what has happened is this animal has taught you about self-love, and you have helped it by raising its frequency and giving it the ability to release some of that energetic trauma that it came into experience here on Earth. And the contract was to come back together at this time on Earth to support each other in that love frequency that you can share together. We hope this helps.
I love that. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Laura?
Yes, I started dating someone recently that I dated about 7 months ago. He has observed and told me that it was a good relationship before, but that now it's 180 degrees difference. I appear more open and a freer person. I too feel the lightness and less burdened than I did before. I know I have intentionally been doing healing and releasing, and for example, going to the spiritual retreat, has helped raise my frequency. Do you have any impressions or concerns?
You have released fear. You use this experience to teach yourself how to show up and how to use your voice and how to set a boundary around yourself without giving your power away in desperation to feel supported and loved by another human. You are showing up more confident because you do not need him to complete you. You are complete within yourself, and he can feel the vibrational shift. And because you were able to use your voice and step back at a period when you needed to work on yourself, to understand what it is that you desire to be in a relationship, you then can project yourself differently into connections around you where they will notice a shift in your vibration. They may not fully understand what that is, but they will feel it and be able to reflect back to you the difference. This is why as humans grow and shift and change, those around them do notice. It can either cause them to feel insecure or intimidated because it is actually meant to be a challenge for them to be using, or an obstacle, not necessarily a challenge. We would like to say that this is an opportunity to reflect something to other people that they can learn from. As you are all mirrors, you are all helping each other in some type of way, but you get to choose if that mirror reflects to you, and you use that opportunity to shift and change your own vibration. So what you did was you gathered with those individuals that could help reflect back to you your own worth and your light, and you begin to shift in your vibration and hold that more steady. And those who are around you will feel that shift in vibration. So this is what we can see is taking place for you. We hope that helps.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Well, we are excited that you are excited.
That's all our questions. Thank you so much.
We have greatly enjoyed this exchange, and we hope that in some way you are able to use this to release the labels in your life. We love you dearly, and we anticipate and look forward to the next time. Thank you. Hello. All right. Well, thank you guys.
Thanks, Angie. That was great.
Thank you. I will see you. Oh, if you're in the Healer Circle, I'll see you Saturday if you make it. If not, I'll see you again. All right. Bye, guys. All right. YouTube and TikTok. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome, TikTok. Thank you for being here. I know I don't get to interact with you guys when I'm doing these, but I really do appreciate that you hang out with us. This is my Ascension membership that is on the Zoom call. So they're asking a question. If you want to ask questions, you're more than welcome to join the membership, or it's on my website, angieharris.org. Or you can just do a single question if you ever want to ask one to the Wisdom Keepers. And I'll have one of my team members ask that. So thank you for being here and for all the love and likes. And I look forward. I do this every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time, by the way. So come hang out with us. I'm just doing this as a gift for you guys that are not a part of my membership, for you to eavesdrop on the channelings. So, All right, I will see you guys later. Bye, TikTok. And bye, YouTube. I hope you guys are all doing well as well. Thank you for being here.